Hi guys, I'm hoping to get two videos out for you today. The first one's a video on the Sherman Thunderbolt, the reward tank that we recently got. It's been a while since I've done a video because I've had a bad infection, but I'm clearing up now thankfully. I got the content for this video a little while ago, just when the illness was starting. But I figure I can still put it out because while the tank's not on sale, we can have a discussion in the comments about it, if you like it, if you think it's worse or better than the Fury, the Easy 8 or the Jumbo. And whether you got it for free and if you like the winter games. I was lucky, I managed to get it for free, and for a free tank I'd say it's pretty good. It's a bit slower than the Easy 8, it doesn't have quite as much gun depression either, but you get more armour and you get slightly better gun handling. Not by much, but a little bit. For free, I think it's okay. You do notice that it's a bit sluggish, especially when it's going uphill. And the armour isn't something that can be relied on in all situations. If you're top tier, it can be okay. If you're bottom tier, forget it though. People are just going to cut straight through you. So it's best not to rely on this armour. I've found it can bounce the odd lucky shot, but I've found playing this tank, just treat it like you would if you were playing an Easy 8. Don't expect things to bounce. If they do, it's a bonus. Now with all the Shermans, it's best to use the gun depression. This one doesn't get as much gun depression as the Fury. This one only gets minus 10 degrees compared to the Fury and Easy 8 is minus 12. But it's a tall tank, so minus 10 degrees is very, very usable. Now the thing with these tanks is they have low alpha damage, other than the Sherman up at tier 8. But yeah, these ones have got low alpha damage and a very fast rate of fire. So you want to be trying to find, like most medium tanks, you want to try and find distracted targets that you can use a DPM against. You want to avoid brawling or engaging people frontally, and just trying to put shots in, as it can take you quite a while to build up damage. And if you're against like a KV85, he can just pretty much two-shot you, so you've got to be very, very careful. Now I took a shot there from the other Easy 8 because this does have extra armour, but I was side on, so it just cut straight through. I nearly messed up here as well because I didn't notice their TD there. Thankfully I wasn't paying attention because that's a T28 Pro, so he could have done very nasty things to me. So out of the two of them, the VK36 is easier pickings, so I'm going to put some shots into him. He's gone unspotted, so I'm going to try shooting the T28 Proto, but my shell bounces. So at this point I've switched to premium. The replay doesn't show it, but then the VK shows back up, so I start shooting him again. Now I've forgotten to switch back to my standard shells, so right now I'm spamming premium like a dirty noob. And I did feel kind of bad. But then if we look at him, his tracer had a red shell too, so he's spamming premium as well, so karma. I don't feel so bad now. This gun doesn't need premium to pen the VK36 sides though. This is actually me just wasting silver here. I do eventually realise and switch back to my standard shells. Now you saw how fast it melted that tank, so you do have to be wary of these Shermans. If one of them's putting shots into you, you're either going to have to move or deal with the threat as fast as you can, because one of these unchecked can just whittle your health down very, very quickly. Now here I pull into the cliff a little bit, wary of that happening. Thankfully it didn't hit because it would have caused a bit of a mess. I'm trying to get up to the top of the hill, and here was where I really noticed the tank struggling to climb. Looking at about 12 kilometers getting up here. It's not as mobile as the other Shermans, you have to bear that in mind. I'm hoping to put the gun depression to use against this IS, because these tanks won't have the gun elevation to hit me up here, so I can get some easy damage in on them. Had to be careful there, didn't want to slide down the hill. I put a couple into him, but he just about survives. Now I want to get a little bit closer, but you've got to be dead careful on this hill, don't you? You want to stop on that ledge. But this is me we're talking about, so nope, I'm going to completely cock it up, spin all the way down the hill, somehow survive, I don't know how. And I managed to actually kill the guy. I'm going to die because obviously I'm a sitting duck. But I don't mind, I think I deserve to die there after that monumental mess up on my part. I went to this guy, I'm not going to lie, part of me was hoping he might make the same mistake, make me feel a little bit better. But that doesn't happen. Unfortunately for me, I'm the only person who, made such a fool of themselves in this game. Now it went on to be a win, but it takes quite a while, so I'm probably going to go back to a garage in a minute, and I'll show a stat comparison between this tank and the Easy 8, just so you guys can see the difference. It's only minor differences for the most part, I've found. If you like your Easy 8s, you play this thing the same, and if you're fighting against it, just imagine it's an Easy 8. It might just bounce the odd fluky shell from you. Although if you are bottom tier, you do have to be careful. Or if you're like stock tier 5 or something, because then the armour can be a problem for you. But it's only really got worthwhile armour on the front. The sides are still paper. Now, I didn't earn much in that game, obviously because I was spamming all the premium shells at that poor VK. But it's a tier 6, you don't really get tier 6 premiums for silver farming. If you want to do that, get yourself a tier 7 or a tier 8. Now I've got my filter on here. I was looking for the Thunderbolt, but that's because ranked battles are on. So I tried taking my filter off, I accidentally press A. And naturally, when you accidentally press A and the last thing you want to do is go into a game, the game doesn't give you the option to back out of the matchmaking queue and throws you straight in. Now I don't currently have equipment on my P46, and my camo ran out on it a couple of hours prior to doing the video. So yeah, naturally it throws us straight in. I don't mind. Of all the tanks to get thrown into a game with, it's a fun one. I enjoy it, so I don't mind that so much, to be fair, but the sod's law. Now, I'll skip this game. I won't go all the way through it. I'll get back to the garage and carry on what I was doing before. Thankfully, the game was merciful, and I was top tier, so there's that. I was honestly expecting being bottom tier, loads of arty, loads of heavy tanks, so I think it worked out okay. So this is the Thunderbolt. It's quite a nice looking tank. I do like the look of the Shermans, especially for free. Now I'll load up the army viewer and the stat finger and just have a quick go through them. Nothing too long, obviously. Now there's the extra armor on it. It's mainly on the upper plate. It's got a bit on the sides and that, but that's not bounced anything for me. But if you're in a lower tier tank, the machine gun port is still a weakness if you've got to engage it from the front, and obviously the bottom part of the lower plate is a bit thinner too. Now, stat differences, the Easy 8 gets a slightly better rate of fire, it gets slightly worse accuracy, and it's slightly faster. But like I say, it's very negligible, I've found. It's not something you're going to notice in game. If you like the Fury, you should like this, and vice versa. They're not tanks I'm good with, I'll admit that. I tend to get carried away trying to, put the DPM to work against people, and then I take too many shots when I should be being more careful. But a lot of people do really enjoy these tanks and do quite well with them. But like I say, yeah, not huge differences, I don't think. Right, so I'm going to get another video done hopefully today. It'll be the TD video. I've actually got some content for that one. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Again, I'm sorry for the wait. If you've liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll get that other video out for you in a few hours, I'm hoping. Thanks, guys.